names? No, I'm just kidding. Nasdaq BX is going to be merged with the Nasdaq exchange. We have a merger. Nasdaq BX is going to be absolved by the Nasdaq. Let's go and take a look at what this is all about. Cool visual. Okay, so this is SRBX 2021-051. This was filed today, December 21st, 2021. Has not showed up on the Fed register yet, but this is a SRO filing from the Nasdaq BX in order approving proposed rule changes regarding the transfer of ownership of the Nasdaq BX Equities LLC and the merger of Nasdaq BX Equities LLC with and into the exchange. Description of the proposals. The exchange proposes, through the transfer proposal and the merger proposal, a two-step process that will first allow the exchange to become the 100% direct owner and sole LLC member of BX Equities, and subsequently allow the merger of BX Equities with and into the exchange. So, let's look at the transfer proposal. BX Equities was acquired by Nasdaq Holdco in 2008 and was established as the facility of and controlled subsidiary owned and operated by the exchange for a listing and trading of cash equity securities. Currently, Nasdaq Holdco directly owns 100% of the exchange, and the exchange and Nasdaq Holdco are the only owners and LLC members of BX Equities. The exchange directly owns 53.21% of BX Equities, and Nasdaq Holdco directly owns the remaining 46.79% of BX Equities. BX Equities is currently governed by, among other things, the Nasdaq BX Equities LLC 5th Amended and Restated Operating Agreement, the things that people don't like to read, which provides that management of BX Equities is vested in the exchange. Nasdaq Holdco has no direct management role in the operation of BX Equities, with the exception of its limited role as tax matters member and its limited rights with regard to capital contributions in and dissolution of BX Equities. As proposed, Nasdaq Holdco will transfer its entire ownership interest in BX Equities to the exchange, which will result in the exchange becoming the 100% direct owner and sole LLC member of BX Equities. The exchange represents the transfer proposal merely seeks to simplify the corporate structure of BX Equities, that the exchange will operate in a substantially similar manner following the transfer as it currently operates, with the addition of the exchange's role as the tax matters member of BX Equities, and that the transfer will have no impact on how the exchange operates its equities market. We'll see about that. The exchange proposes to amend the operating agreement to reflect the transfer. In particular, the exchange proposes to add a description of the contribution agreement, remove references to Nasdaq Holdco as an LLC member of BX Equities, replace references to Nasdaq Holdco with references to the exchange to reflect that Nasdaq Holdco will no longer be the tax matters member of BX Equities. Also, to provide that Nasdaq Holdco will no longer have limited rights with respect to capital contributions in BX Equities and the dissolution of BX Equities, and delete a provision relating to the books, records, premises, officers, directors, agents, and employees of Nasdaq Holdco. Now, merger proposal. Following the transfer of ownership interest in BX Equities as described above, the exchange proposes to merge BX Equities with and into the exchange. As a result, BX Equities will be eliminated. The exchange will be the surviving entity, and the exchange will directly operate its equities markets. As described above, BX Equities is also currently governed by the operating agreement, which provides that management of BX Equities is vested in the exchange. In connection with the proposed merger and the proposed termination of the delegation agreement, BX Equities will no longer be operating the exchange's equity market, and the operating agreement will become obsolete. Accordingly, the exchange proposes to delete the operating agreement from its rules. Finally, the exchange proposes to make conforming changes to its rules to reflect the proposed merger and the proposed deletion of the delegation agreement and operating agreement. In particular, the exchange proposes to delete General 2, Section 8, which relates to the delegation agreement and the staff, books, records, premises, officers, employees, and agents of BX Equities. The exchange also proposes to amend Equity 1, Section 1, to remove references to the operating agreement, delegation agreement, and BX Equities. So in essence, RIP Nasdaq BX Equities. What's the real purpose of doing this? They don't ever say, right? But, obviously I think it can't be good. Consolidating assets into a bigger place. Whoopee. Let's see what happens. Have a good one.